Thank God we're back in business. It's been a little bit of time. If you're new to the channel or if you've just forgotten, it's been some time. My name is Alex. This is a poker related content channel where I share my love for the game, and I'm really trying to do it to connect with people to do fun things inside and outside of poker. I've been away for the game a little bit, but today's video, I'm coming back. I'm doing some ignition hands that I've been playing recently where we're going to find out the results because we get to see the showdown winnings. So find out what we had from some hands from quite some while. This is a video topic I've been meaning to do for quite a bit. I just haven't been around to doing poker. Life's been crazy busy. I wanted to say, I'm very fortunate that I did get upgraded to a nice Canon 5D Mark IV camera, so I'm shooting now in 4K. So happy to be doing that. Had a lot of technical issues though in making it all happen, so that was one of the delays. The other thing was, the last time you may have seen me, if you've seen my videos, I just had another son, so a brand new baby who is now, let's just say, much bigger. And you may notice there's a puppy as well in the mix. We added chickens as well, so it's a crazy busy time of life. Barely enough time to just play poker to pay the bills, but creating content is this whole other thing. But I don't want to lose focus of this, because first and foremost, the idea for this video is playing on Ignition, and I was looking at graphs. This is way back a few months ago, but the results were stellar. My eyes were immediately honed to the number .44. My PTBBs were 24.44, and I don't know if you're the kind of person who looks at maybe the digits on a clock, or that are presented in front of them somehow, like 1 2 3 4 or 11 11. Some people, something like that may carry significance, and I'm one of those people. Interesting, and maybe there's something to it. Well, the number 444 has a lot to do in my reality with Jesus, basically. It's a number that is in great significance in the King James Bible. You can actually look up a variety of really cool ways that God uses 444 and 44. So when I saw that through my results, I said, thank God, that's amazing. I should do a video honoring God to show these tremendous results. And then I just did nothing for months. And so here we are months later, coming back to an original video idea to go through these ignition hand results to show basically, so first look at a hand to talk to how I played them and basically talk through them. It's all going to be very fresh. I don't really remember anything at this point, but these were some of the results. I wanted to go through the hands and do kind of like a live study talk through, see if my thought process was good, to see, compared to how compares nowadays and everything like that. So all that to say, today's video is going to be covering 6 hands, a couple winners, a couple losers. We're going to find out the results, and I appreciate you being here. So welcome back. Glad to see you. And our first hand here is 8-7 suited under the gun. Assuming this one starts with a raise, here we go. Right off the bat, I'd probably use a smaller size under the gun nowadays. And even, let's see, okay. Calling a squeeze is iffy, I would say, but calling here now, going multi-way is definitely interesting. I'm not sure how this hand plays out. Let's see here. I should definitely be checking, and checked around. This is pretty great. I pick up more equity, a lot more equity here after checking around. Let's see. After small blind checking here, I would assume him to be very weak. The buttons range here is going to be defended by some certain jacks, weak jacks, maybe aces, top set of jacks. Would he slow play that? Most likely. Some one pair stuff. He's probably going to have a lot of overcards that he doesn't see bet here to realize some equity with the cold call happening. So my range is definitely very connected with all of this now. It doesn't surprise me to see a little bet here. This is a fun bet, I guess, to push equity. Who knows? This spot can't be found in a solver that I've ever studied right now. So push a little equity. The turn is polarizing here, so any response to this has to indicate that someone is very strong. And with that, twos are very unlikely. Bottom set of twos definitely lead larger, so quads doesn't really do anything. Ace-2 suited types hands are maybe out there, unlikely. I would probably be the only one to hold them, so I could represent a 2. I guess I'm probably going to try bluffing here. thinking that this player, player 4, right behind me, is just pretty weak here. Has a hand, Mistral, which are there many, and the person on the button, I'm not sure, has a pair defended, could be strong. I just go for a forced equity bet. This is tough to find bluffs here, I would say, potentially. So I'm forcing an equity push here. So now I'm saying I probably have a hand like ace jack. So this is a weird way to sneak a few bluffs, I guess, into what is probably somewhat strong. Would I bet ace jack that way on the turn? Maybe I have a hand like king jack. I don't know. Pushing a little bit equity, sneaking a bluff in here. Let's find out what happens. I get jammed on. I immediately obviously have to fold here. So this guy's pretty strong. The first results are, let's find out what he had. Cool. Aces, that makes a lot of sense. The 2 is amazing card for him on the river, breaking all 2 pairs like jack 9 and everything like that. That may have been out there that I probably don't have, but he could be considering. And yeah, I wouldn't probably play a full house like this way. Jack's full, 9's full, 5's full. So he can be very confident jamming an overpair here. Cool first hand, pretty crazy, weird turn spot. I think it was a way for me to realize a lot of equity, which I wanted to do. And so let's move on to the next hand then. All right, Jack 10 suited. I guess hopefully it starts with a raise. Cool, we 3-bet, cold call. All right, 3-way to the flop. Realistically, I would probably not bet this so often nowadays, though I may try to push a little equity overall with like a quarter pot bet here. Let's see what I do. I check here. That makes sense. I could always check raise here potentially with overpairs. It's good to see what 2 players' actions are. I don't know if I like the option of check raising here and then getting jammed on by button, so I probably just call here, but check raise now looks more lucrative. And I just call to see equity. A 10 on the turn gives me a good amount of equity in this pot, I would say. Top pair is definitely worth something. So hopefully I'm now probably just calling here to protect it. I don't think I can jam to have fold equity or want to do anything like that after the donk. So I just call another call multi-way. This looks like, I'm very confused about what player 2 may have here. A hand like 8-6 is kind of weird. Ace 10 top pair, top picker is kind of weird. 6-5 seems thin too. So I'm not sure. 2 pair pockets set of 7s maybe. I don't know. It seems like the straights are weird for this player to have. This is, I could call here, I guess, on some level. I mean, it seems like a losing call, given action, multi-way and everything like that. Despite getting great pot odds, potentially chopping. Am I ever better than certain hands? Maybe a hand like ace 8. Go ahead and fold, especially with the player behind me to act, I guess. And he calls. Cool. 10-9. 2 pair makes a lot of sense. And there are the 8s. Cool. Interesting second hand for sure. Whoops. Oh, never mind. Let's see here. So I respond just by calling here. I guess, I don't know. Who knows? We're playing poker. Whatever. Where's EV on that one? We're going through here to a flop. This is a flop that I should probably be giving up on, realizing equity, checking back 6s. Beautiful. Hopefully we're raising here. That seems like a bad decision for sure. Player 3 probably here is, dead. He's not interested in his hand, so inviting anything like a weird gut shot or anything like that into the hand, he's not going to be check raising here, is weird. So I should push equity here with my sets, try to build something. I have other parts of my range that may try to do that. A hand like ace 9, try to get like 2 bets in and safely show down on the river. A hand like this can really help a hand like that out. So I should have raised here. All right, so I guess I'm going big here. And he jams, and I'm assuming I fold here. I don't know what the reveal is. Good. Amazing. All right. Cool. That is awesome. Good fold me. Let's go on to the next hand and feel good about that one. All right, queen jack suited on the button, raise it up. This should be, I would squeeze this, but I'm probably just calling here, I guess. I don't know for stack depths, but I should be putting in a raise here. Cool. I do. Repopped. Very thin call now, I guess. Like, I'm not super excited. Dominated. This guy's under the gun. You know, it's a hand that, against his polarization, like, you know, I'll play in position and defend all of this, but I'm not super excited around the EV of this hand right now. Because a lot of my best range is definitely going to be putting a raise back in. So I'm definitely playing, you know, very, very kind of a thin defensive strategy, I would say, against this under the gun 4-bet. We see pretty interesting flop here. This guy bets really large to us, which is pretty natural. I wonder if raises here can, if I choose a raise, that would be unnatural. We have enough to play behind on the turn to see turn and river, especially if he checks. Jamming into a range that is uncapped isn't smart here. He's going to find a lot of defense. I jam anyway. Queen high, push equity. Let's go, baby. Maybe fold a better hand. And he folds. Cool. Any guesses? I don't know. Pretty large. Pretty large. I obviously have blockers to queens and jacks. Doing something like that hand with the nines is insane. He's not doing that with pairs. So is that like ace king, ace five somehow? Why did that should have my known hole cards? I don't know. Strange. Okay. Error. We'll figure that one out. Next hand. Raise is 3-bet or defend. Mix for me. Raise here. Cool. Interesting flop. Definitely have a range advantage like that. I shouldn't be facing any donks here. I can do a lot of things. I could really go bigger, smaller. Generally, my strategy is definitely going to be putting in bets to apply some sort of pressure here. I go with the smaller size. That makes sense for me. I want to deny equity on some level. My 9 isn't a great kicker. The turns could be pretty volatile. I want to keep his range wider and weaker. I want to be able to respond to a check raise smaller, so I chose that size. And he check raises. Oh, okay, I remember this hand. I do remember this hand. I put in a 3-bet here. At this time, I was kind of experimenting with just very small repolarizations, I believe. And let's find out. Because, yeah, I don't think... I think a range of check raise like this, the sizing is weird. His range could have a lot of things in it that want to apply pressure that, you know, aren't actually that great. It's a better way of potentially realizing equity, especially against my smaller size bet. So I definitely think there's other draws in here. I think even like a 10 and other stuff like that. Hands that are just going to probably call now to realize equity against my small click it back, basically. So he calls, and the turn is the 5 of diamonds. I know I shove here. I forgot that the turn was a 5. I thought it was a brick. Yeah, I shove here. And I guess, you know, this is doing something to protect my like 1 diamond, ace queen kind of hands like that. It's kind of like a mergey shove where I can beat some draws. I can put a lot of pressure on some certain equity. I don't, you know, want them to realize and face a river decision because it's not the best hand to bluff catch with. So I guess I thought I went with it on a brick, but I'm going it here with the diamonds. Maybe that actually even expands his calling range, which is kind of good in some way into hands that are drawing, redrawing, and behind in equity here. He folds, and that's pretty sick. Cool. Sick hand. I think that's a great idea to do the repop there every once in a while, and to be considering doing that. That's like more old school poker in terms of like everyone is just so concerned with calling and having defending range to check raising now, with not actually realizing potentially how vulnerable smaller repolarizations are against that range. You see that a lot in like flop C bets for sure in single raise spots. All right, and here is another hand, Jack 9. Sweet. We're gonna go to a flop the nuts. This is gonna be under, you know, basically especially this is Zoom pool. This should just hopefully just be a call. Cool. Interesting turn. I can't ever find a raise there unless it's some exploitive donk, but you know, realistically, how often do we flop the nuts like this? We're not super worried about stuff. Just call here. Now facing this bet. This guy doesn't have ace queens, I guess. He has queen, king queens sometimes. Probably doesn't have a lot of queen jacks. He has lesser queen X's. All his, man, I'm not really sure. It seems like that would be a queen, but I'm not really sure what queen he has. So full houses would definitely go big again to try to set up a river shove, even though it's like, it's under, it would be oversized on the river. I'm not sure what I do here. I would like to believe that I would just call here and not contract his range into very strong hands. And I put in a small raise here. Seems weird. He calls here. Great. I feel a lot confident then, I guess, about this river. I am certainly value betting then on this river, or at least, yeah. Yeah, so this is very good. Like, I don't know what queen X's he has here. There's no, obviously, backdoor draws that come in. I'm certainly shoving here. Still not sure how I feel about the turn play. I guess to make sure that the pot was big enough to make this river play comfortable. And he folds. Oh, yeah, all my hands were with, like, no non-showdown. So I don't know why I'm not getting that report. Maybe I'm in the wrong database or something. Huh. But anyway, okay, so those were my hands, and appreciate you going through those with me. That was fun, and thanks for watching. I hope it was valuable.